Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Manjila Putri Nabila. My student ID is 33220045. My class is 331825. My lecture name is Miss Fadila. Today I would like to make video for pronunciation drill project 2. Part 1. Read this story correctly. Baby Caterpillar was tired. All summer long she had been traveling slowly through the green wood where she lived, and feeding on the green leaves that grew near her home. Now autumn had come, and Mother Nature had given a holiday to the leaves, who put on their new dresses of red and gold and played tag with the breezes. Baby Caterpillar wanted to play too, but could not run so fast as the happy little leaves, and she grew very tired and thought she would take a nap. So she found a cozy place among the branches of a grapevine and made herself a soft, silky blanket. Then she rolled herself away within it, and then in her queer little cradle went to sleep. One night, late in the fall, Jack Frost came over the hill. He spied the cradle swinging to and fro, and began to play roughly within it. For he is a roguish little fellow, and touches everything that comes in his way. But the warm blanket hid the little sleeper so that Jack could not find her. By and by King Winter came, bringing beautiful snow blankets to Mother Nature's flower babies. He gently rocked the cradle as he passed, and whispered, "Sleep, baby, sleep. You have no need of my blankets." At last spring came with the sunbeams, the best and merriest of Mother Nature's helpers. They awoke the flowers from their long winter nap, and called to the birds and the brooks to begin their songs. When they came to the little brown cradle, they stopped to rest, and baby Caterpillar began to get very warm under the thick blanket. She woke up and stretched herself, and her cradle broke, and she came out to greet the spring. But what a change! Instead of the old tiny dress that she went to sleep in, she now had a beautiful yellow one, and instead of crawling among the leaves, she flew up and away into the sweet spring air to play with the sunbeams and flowers. And the little children called her a butterfly. Part 2. Read this twister tongue naturally. Read it 3 times. The first is slow mode, the second normal mode, and the last is the fast mode. Number 1. Slow mode. How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? He would as much as he could, and chuck as much wood as a woodchuck would if a woodchuck could chuck wood. Normal mode. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? He would as much as he could, and chuck as much wood as a woodchuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. Fast mode. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? He would chuck as much as he could, and chuck as much wood as a woodchuck would if a woodchuck could chuck wood. Number 2, slow mode. Can you can a can't into an uncan't can like a can a can't can into an uncan't can. Normal mode. Can you can a can't into an uncan't can like a can a can't can into an uncan't can. Fast mode. Can you can into an uncanny can like a can a can't into an uncanny can. Number 3, slow mode. Silly Sally swiftly sewed 7 silly sheep. The 7 silly sheep Silly Sally sewed. Silly Sally sewed. The sheep shouldn't sleep in a sack. Sheep should sleep in the shed. Normal mode. Silly Sally swiftly sewed 7 silly sheep. The 7 silly sheep Silly Sally sewed. Silly Sally sewed. The sheep shouldn't sleep in the sack. Sheep should sleep in the shed. Fast mode. Silly Sally swiftly sewed 7 silly sheep. The 7 silly sheep Silly Sally sewed. Silly Sally sewed. The sheep shouldn't sleep in the sack. Sheep should sleep in the shed. Number 4, slow mode. All I want is a proper cup of coffee, made in a proper copper coffee pot. I might be off my dot, but I want a cup of coffee from a proper coffee pot. Normal mode. All I want is a proper cup of coffee, made in a proper copper coffee pot. I might be off my dot, but I want a cup of coffee from a proper coffee pot. Fast mode. All I want is a proper cup of coffee, made in a proper copper coffee pot. I might be off my dot, but I want a cup of coffee from a proper coffee pot. Number 5, slow mode. Amidst the mist and coldest frost, with stoutest breeze and loudest boats, he thrusts his fists against the posts, and still insists he sees the ghost. Normal mode. Amidst the mist and coldest frost, with stoutest breeze and loudest boats, he thrusts his fists against the posts, and still insists he sees the ghost. Fast mode. Amidst the mist and coldest frost, with southeast breeze and loudest boats, he thrusts his fists against the posts, and still insists he sees the ghost. That's all for my video for project 2 pronunciation drill. Thank you for watching, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.